Welcome. Let's take a look at our top story. Pursuant to the report 2207 of the Ninh Department of Education and Training, Mr. Nguyen, Vice Chairman of the Provincial People's Committee, has approved a plan to organize the opening ceremony of the 2020 and 2021 school year, scheduled on the 5th of September 2020. School need to continue the preparation for a formal opening ceremony. However, due to the complicated situation of COVID-19 pandemic, this year opening ceremony will be different from the previous school years. This year, students and pupils will gather in their classes to listen to the principal's opening address through the school radio system and the congratulatory letter of the state president conveyed by the head teachers. To create joyful atmosphere and good impression for students on the first day of new school year, school must be flexible and creative in the opening ceremony and maintain a study schedule right after the opening ceremony. The first professional week of general education and continuing education will start on September the 7th, 2020. For preschool education, it could be 1 week later. The representative of Vietnam International Organization for Migration recently had a meeting with the Ninh Border Guard Command to discuss the implementation of activities to improve capacity of preventing and controlling of the COVID-19 pandemic at some border gates.
Mr. Nguyen, representatives of Vietnam International Organizations of Migration (IOM) said that with the approval of the Vietnam government, the IOM has planned to support international border gates in 4 provinces, including Tay Ninh Province. According to the plan, the organizations will provide support including protective equipment, medical supplies for border officials and people crossing border gates, hoping to organize the training courses on procedures of prevention and control of COVID-19 pandemic and providing measures to help the forces protect themselves from disease. As part of the project, the IOM organized the survey to thoroughly grasp the situation, thereby implementing appropriate plans in accordance with the requirements of each locality. Based on the current needs, the Ninh Broadcast Command requested Vietnam International Organizations for Migration to support some additional medical supplies, protective equipment, and service materials for propaganda work on the border areas. The representatives of IOM has received the suggestion being expected to be approved and implemented in September of 2020.
According to the information that we have just updated, on August 28, 2020, the 19th Provincial People's Council, tenure 2016-2021, held its 18th session to elect the title of Chairman of the Provincial People's Committee to Mr. Nguyen, Deputy Secretary of the Ninh Provincial Party Committee. Mr. Nguyen, Secretary of the Provincial Party Committee and Chairman of the Provincial People's Council. Mr. Võ Đức Trong, Member of the Provincial Standing Party Committee and Vice Chairman of the Provincial People's Council, and Member of the Provincial Party Committee Nguyễn Thanh Phong, Vice Chairman of the Provincial People's Council, co-chaired the session. Mr. Nguyen was elected as Chairman of the Ninh Provincial People's Committee with 96% of the votes. He was born on February 28, 1969, from Mỹ Thành Bắc Commune of Đức Huệ District, Long An Province. The new chairman holds a Bachelor of Laws from the University of Law and an advanced level degree in politics, and is a senior state management specialist. Mr. Nguyen used to hold various positions, such as Chief of the Office of the Provincial Party Committee, Secretary of the Party Committee of Trong Bàng District, Permanent Vice Chairman of the Provincial People's Committee, and he is in the position of Deputy Secretary of the Ninh Provincial Party Committee for the term 2015 and 2020. In the morning of August 27, 2020, the Ninh Provincial People's Committee held a meeting with representatives of departments, branches, and localities on reviewing the work of capital construction investment and capital disbursement in August 2020. Vice Chairman of the Provincial People's Committee Dương Văn Thắng chaired the meeting. According to the report of the Department of Planning and Investment, the plan for development investment spending in 2020 in Tay Ninh Province is over 4.9 trillion Vietnam dong. in which the total fundamental construction investment capital from the provincial budget is more than 4.17 trillion Vietnam dong. From the central budget, capital is 736 billion Vietnam dong. There are also national and provincial target program support sources. Until the end of August 15, 2020, 2,179 billion Vietnam dong has been disbursed, accounting for over 44% of the plan. The province is expected to disburse more than 75% of the plan by late September. So far this year, a total of 34 projects have been started construction, with a total investment capital of 2,118 billion Vietnam dong. The report shows a number of aspects have been well implemented, including the implementation of processes and procedures for implementing new projects and focusing on transitional projects. However, there are still some problems that need to be overcome, such as the low disbursement rate or the low progress of site clearance compensation for some projects, etc. Mr. Dương Văn Thắng acknowledged the achieved results and requires localities and departments to thoroughly grasp the direction of the province in capital construction capital in the spirit of strict management and maximum efficiency of investment capital from the budget.
And ladies and gentlemen, in order to continue implementing measures to manage, prevent and limit occupational accidents in Tay Ninh Province, the Provincial People's Committee requests departments, branches of the province, the People's Committee of District, Towns and the City to intensify propaganda and dissemination of knowledge and laws on occupational safety and sanitation in accordance with each field and profession. The Provincial People's Committee assigns the Department of Labor, Environment and Social Affairs to assume the prime responsibility and coordinate with relevant departments and branches, the People's Committee of District, Town and the City, to strengthen inspection on the compliance with regulations on occupational safety and sanitation by enterprises in the area. In particular, the areas with high risks of occupational accidents and serious incidents should pay attention to the construction of safe working procedures and measures at enterprises. The concerned agencies also need to strengthen the investigation of occupational accidents for workers without contract of employment, step up implementation of prevention of occupational accidents and diseases with the support from Social Insurance Fund. The authorities should guide the businesses to strengthen the implementation of occupational safety and sanitation and provide training for workers on these issues, focusing on self-inspection activities to actively control and prevent dangerous and harmful factors at enterprises, as well as prevention of occupational accidents.
Implementing the project restructuring the province agriculture in the direction of increasing the added value and sustainably developing to 2020 with a vision to 2030. Tay Ninh Province is expected to develop the fruit tree area in the locality to reach more than 36.9 thousand hectares. Specifically, the province agriculture and rural development sector focuses on mainly developing areas of specialty fruit trees such as custard apple, banana, mango, pomelo, longan, durian, pineapple, etc., in which the area of fruit trees meeting VGAP and global gap standards or above accounts for at least 20 to 30%, equivalent to an area of 7,386 hectares to 11,080 hectares. The Provincial People's Committee has just approved a plan to support the VGAP certification for fruit trees in the province by 2020. The plan aims to build specialized farming areas in association with market requirements, linking pre-processing, processing, and consumption, applying scientific and technological advances, improving the competitiveness of products towards the export of specialty fruit trees and fruit trees of high economic value. According to the plan, organizations, enterprises, and farmer households will also be supported and encouraged to invest in production, processing, and business in order to improve productivity, quality, create jobs, and increase income for producers, help manage the production and business process, ensure food hygiene and safety. In addition, the plan will also focus on supporting technical training in food production according to VGAP standard, to build models that try and apply high technology in production in regions with intensive farming conditions, using automatic irrigation systems to suit the requirements of each product.
Loc Ninh Commune of Provincial District currently has a total area of 1,100 hectares of agricultural land located in the irrigation area of Vô Tính Lake irrigation system. And since the 1990s, Loc Ninh farmers have taken this advantage to change the plant varieties. For the last 5 years, Loc Ninh Commune has had a stronger transformation. Many ineffective crop areas have been converted to fruit trees with higher economic value by local farmers. At present, the commune has more than 100 hectares of durian and green pomelo trees. The area of Longan is about increasing with many new qualified and high-yielding varieties to meet the latest market requirements. For a short time, the area of durian and green pomelo trees in Loc Ninh Commune have increased rapidly. The Provincial Department of Agriculture and Rural Development organized a training course on techniques for planting and caring for durian and green pomelo trees. And Loc Ninh Commune is also in the process of establishing an association group of durian and green pomelo production. That is the premise for the sustainable development of durian and green pomelo trees in Loc Ninh Commune, contributing to the value chain of the agriculture in general.
According to Tay Ninh Department of Education and Training, the 2020 high school graduation rate is at 98.8% in the whole province. Accordingly, Tay Ninh Province has a total of 8,171 contestants. After being considered, a total of 8,073 candidates were recognized for passing the high school graduation in 2020, in which the total number of candidates of high schools is 7,709, 272 candidates of vocational education and continuing education centers, and 92 brilliant candidates. This year, Tay Ninh Province has 13 schools with 100% pass rate. The remaining schools have the graduation pass rate from 81.25% to 99.8%. The pass rate for 2020 high school graduation exam of the whole province is about 5% higher than last year, and the total number of schools with 100% of school passing graduation is 4 times more than in 2019. That's all for today to TV News, broadcasted by Tay Ninh Radio and Television Station. Thanks for watching and see you next time.